There I am. Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey.
Sorry, we got started a little bit late. I didn't realize it was 9:08.
Well, I don't know. We start about this time a lot of times. Did you tweet?
No, I thought you were gonna. Sorry.
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Tonight we're gonna be playing some Silpheed. This is something I just kind of decided to do today. Um, we're gonna see how well it works. I was kind of getting a system hang when I tried to, if I let the intro play completely, but it seems to be fine if I went to the title screen and started a game from there. So we'll see what happens from there. So, how did everyone seem to really like the Tom Du Bois video, which
Yeah, I mean it's certainly not been tearing up on the views, but it has been tearing it up on the comments. I mean, the
yes.
comments have been insane. I mean, just incredibly glowing.
Yes, I mean, I don't think we've ever had a video where it's had that kind of response in the comments and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, almost universally, just like a very warm uh, and grateful reception, I guess.
Yeah, it's really cool to kind of see that kind of feedback. And there's been like very few like negative comments. Everything is just kind of like a big love fest, which is kind of cool. You know, so many people didn't even know who he was, and I think that was a big surprise to people. Like, I think that's probably something that's a subject that people probably had always like noticed his art, but didn't ever like really think about too much. Like who?
Yeah, a lot of people, it was a revelation that like they knew Konami had this like consistently great art, but they didn't realize it was like one guy.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I saw Mellow Gaming say he should do some sort of Bob Ross style art show, and he totally could. You know, he's a very chill, calm, quiet, uh, reserved kind of guy, and you know, I could just tell right away that you know he was going to be the kind of guy that people just enjoyed watching.
yeah. I mean, his interview. I mean, that was back in, gosh, it was in July when we
I
went
think
there.
so. Yeah, I kept thinking in my head it was September, but September was other things we shot.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, it's really nice to kind of see the reception to this episode because we got a lot more where that came from. And we got a $1.99 super chat donation from Squirtle Plays. It says, "You guys make great videos. Here's some money. Thank you."
Thank you.
That didn't pop up in the. Oh, there it is. Okay.
And I see we've also got in the chat Retro Graphic Books LLC, which is I assume Matt Fowler, who was also in the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
He's working with Tom a lot now, and he says that he's very busy, which that's good to hear.
Yes, it's very good, and hopefully after this, he'll be even busier.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like in the intervening time since we were out there in July, it sounds like he's been making some connections, so that's good.
Yeah, and you know, it's really nice to see the interest in this art kind of coming back because it's such an important part of the NES and Super
Yeah.
NES.
I mean,
And the
man,
Genesis.
after being like kind of, I mean, it took from the time that I really started delving into the interviews and writing and editing. I mean, it all took me around 2 weeks ish. Um, Maybe just a little more, which I mean, really, it came together pretty fast. Um, and just in that span of time, just like being so immersed in that art and going through it and just like getting really up close with it and just like really getting the flavor of it. Yes, Sandy. Yes, I know you want to play. Um, uh, like today I saw, I guess for the first time, I don't know, like there's been like so many like phases and reboots and all that of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Mhm.
cartoon shows. And whatever the current version of it that's on Nickelodeon, like I saw today what those character designs look like, and they're like everything is like these like all of their body parts are just made out of these like boxy shapes that are,
Yeah.
I didn't see it in motion, but I just, like it just, when I saw that, like having come right off of looking at all this Tom stuff, I'm just like, oh, man, that stuff just ain't doing it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom did lots of Turtles works.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool because there was some stuff that we didn't get to shoot at Tom's house, and I was able to kind of go through a lot of magazines. It really made me feel good about the amount of game magazines I've bought over the last year, because it really came into play because it was not intentional for these ads specifically. So
Right. But his ads were everywhere. They were
Yep.
not that hard to find.
Yeah, and I'm just really glad that everybody liked it. And even on Twitter, just like seeing like a lot of people that we don't usually hear from, and just like other artists, seeing stuff like that has been really nice. And I think that like those artists are like really appreciate kind of finding out who, in a lot of cases, really inspired them to even become artists in the first place.
Right. I mean, a lot of people said they were like, kind of, they would draw his artwork when they were in high school and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me know if my audio if it's too uneven. I'll try and turn it up a little bit. I kind of notice my levels are not quite the same. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with Snatcher. Or no, I see someone was talking about Snatcher in the chat, so I just thought about that. No, I'm gonna start with Silpheed.
Del Keys in the chat saying, I wonder if the MLiG guys even have Snatcher. They probably do, and I'm foolish to think otherwise. I do not, but Coury does. Coury actually owned Snatcher from the day it released.
Yes.
But that's not the copy you own right now.
No, I sold it in 2005 probably. And I don't know if I can boost the overall volume level. I can try that. I can turn it up like this. Let's see if that helps. But yeah, I was able to rebuy it this past spring. So maybe I should play that sometime.
I forgot this was a Game Arts game.
Yes.
I'm always a little bit weirded out when I see Game Arts games that aren't RPGs, like
we got another donation.
Alyssa Dragoon. Alyssa Dragoon is a favorite of mine for sure. Another from Squirrel Place. Thank you. Have you guys played Mother 3? I have not. Coury has.
Yep, I have a repro cartridge of it and played it that way. I really liked it.
I really want to get it. I've come close a few times to buying a Japanese cartridge. I'm not really capable of playing it because of Japanese and all that, but I can't motivate myself really to play it without owning it. So I would like to get that someday. I'm actually kind of thinking about maybe dabbling in some Japanese classes.
Same here.
Stuff near, like I feel like most people are like self-taught, but like maybe not most people, but like people that I see like into Japanese online, like they seem to be self-taught, or at least that's my assumption. Maybe it's a bad assumption, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm actually very impressed by their diligence, and I absolutely don't have that, which is why I've kind of been investigating what kind of like traditional classroom setting options might be available for me because I know that's the only way that I would ever dedicate to it. So I would like to. As much as I like fan translations, I feel like I would be even more motivated to play the games if, like, I could just play the original Japanese version of Live Alive or Treasure of the Rudras or whatever, instead of having to use the fan translation.
Right.
I mean, it would be neat.
This game is very much kind of a rail shooter, even though it's just kind of you're flying over a FMV background. Do you have this game?
No, I mean it's a pretty inexpensive Sega CD game. I mean, you see it all the time. I've come close to buying it a number of times, but just have not pulled the trigger. But I do agree it's neat looking. I mean, I recently got Iridium 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and it's sort of a similar concept.
Yes. I remember when this first came out being extremely disappointed by it because the screenshots and magazines made it look like you could fly through. I was expecting something more Star Fox-esque.
Oh.
So at the time, I was very disappointed. But I feel like I can definitely appreciate it a bit more now.
I mean, is the background moving at like 15 frames per second or something?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, probably.
I mean, can the Sega CD even do more than 15?
I feel like it cannot.
I was testing out the PSIO
Close.
a lot today, and so I was trying a whole bunch of various games, and
we got a $10 donation from Paul Sutton.
Oh, thank you.
Is it showing up in the chat there?
Yeah, I love the Tom Du Bois doc. That's the kind of hidden gem content YouTube needs more of. Thank you.
Paul and I know each other from a long time, from a long ways back. Yep. We met because we were on a message board on our website called The Next Level.
Ah, very cool.
It's good to see him tuning into the live stream. When John was here, he was watching then too and donated a couple times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see Shin John in there says TNL represent.
Yep.
But yeah, I was, every once in a while I would run to a game like Ace Combat 2 that had what looked like 30 frames per second FMVs, and it's always like jarring in a good way. It's like, oh, I didn't expect to see this kind of smoothness on my PS1 FMVs.
I don't know if I can.
It really is like when you see like I do have a soft spot for PS1 FMVs, mostly the ones from the games that I actually played back in the day. I mean, the Final Fantasy FMVs and stuff like that. But man, especially ones that like you don't have nostalgia for, like it's hard to look back and think that there was a time where like those pre-rendered cutscenes at that quality was like the reward.
Right.
It was like the reason to play a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
It was it was huge. Like, I mean, I wasn't into fighting games, but I would I would play some of my cousin's fighting games. Like I'd play the arcade mode just because I wanted to see like the characters FMV at the end. Every character had like their own FMV. Remember?
Tekken especially.
Yeah. I think like Air Guides did. I don't remember about Dead or Alive.
Air Guys, God Bless the Ring.
Yeah, yes. But it is.
Man, I'm getting crushed.
It is true though that a CRT does hide the FMV noise like pretty considerably.
Yes.
Like it just they cannot be done justice on upscaler at all, really. On the CRT, even in RGB on the CRT, they are significantly cleaner. I
Says
I
that.
probably knew this at one point, but I discovered today, or rediscovered, that Bubsy 3D is 480i.
Oh yeah, yeah. The whole game is, I think.
Yeah. Well, there were some sync drops.
Oh, okay.
I also discovered that Alundra 2 has 480i menus, and unsurprisingly, wasn't great. Uh, Also, discover that C, the Contra Adventure, seems like it might be pretty good.
People are gonna flip out when you hear you saying that.
I mean, at a glance, I'm not really seeing what's wrong with it. That's the side-scrolling one. I haven't gotten to the overhead one. It seems fine, though. Seems fine.
The sound effects in this game are atrocious, though. They definitely sound like like a much lesser system.
Are the sound effects from the Genesis sound chip?
Yes, but they're just very, very poor. I'm gonna use the forward beam again. I don't think it. Here we go. I always forgot about that. The game over.
Is that how it says it?
Yeah.
Man, I was also playing Brave Fencer Musashi. I played it long enough to make a save because I've always been annoyed that I don't have my original save anymore, and every time I want to record it, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if I just like deleted it because I needed memory card space. Like, for whatever reason, up until the GameCube, like, I never considered getting extra memory cards.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I don't know why. I just didn't like. I got a dual pack of memory cards when I bought my PS1.
Mm-hmm.
I just never it just never crossed my mind that hey, maybe it would be worth the money to buy more. So it's possible I deleted it. It's possible maybe I backed it up on my first PS3 and I lost it when that died. I don't know. It was not 100% filed, but
what a good soundtrack that game has.
I know that. I mean, that's what I was gonna say. That first level music is so good. Oh my gosh!
I love the waterfall level too. That has.
I remember it being good, but I don't remember it specifically off the top of my head. That level is definitely one of the images I have in my head of the game, though. But yeah, I finally got to a point where I could make a save again. I just, I mean, it only took maybe 25 minutes or something to get to that point.
I have a feeling this game's going to require
the first boss was definitely a little annoying. Took me 3 tries, I think. But I do wanna replay that game. I mean, I feel like I remember it only being like a 15, maybe 20-hour game.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like something. That's something I should be playing through, at sometime this year, because I've never finished it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I got it when it came out. I mean, everyone got it when it came out because they had the Final Fantasy VIII demo with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's not long. You should totally play it. But you've beaten Threads of Fate, right?
Yes, both characters.
Both characters, okay. Yeah, I still need to play through as Rue, the boy. Mm-hmm. I started the game as him, when I got it. I didn't get it right when it came out, but I think a friend did. But I got it sometime later. And I started and I got like a few levels in, and I don't know if I wasn't feeling it or what. I just didn't play too far into it. Then several years later, I restarted it as Mint, and I did finish it. I mean, as I recall, like Rue's story was much more kind of like somber and serious, and
Right,
Mint is
yes.
like more kind of funny and silly.
Yes.
Which, you know, maybe just the tone change was what it took for me. It's a good looking game too, I think.
See what kind of level this is?
I was about to comment on that.
There's a lot of this kind of stuff in this game.
So you've never finished this?
I've never finished it now. But, you know, I think I might make it a project to finish this.
How far do you think I mean, what if you finish it tonight? You never know.
I don't think that's going to happen. There's 12 levels, I think.
Oh, that's pretty long for a shmup.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, with all these pre-rendered backgrounds, I mean, there's only so much you can do per level. Really.
Right. It's just like, it's going to be about like memorizing it for sure, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I think that like maybe I could do this like during like Twitch live streams, just like do like a run or two a day until I finish it. This is a perfect kind of game to do something like that.
Some people are talking about, you know, being scared to solder and whatnot, and I need to very soon, I think, get to the point where I just need to learn enough to replace batteries. That's all I want to do.
Right, that's something I want to look into as well.
But I want to do it right.
Right.
I mean, maybe I'll practice on something that doesn't really matter, but I would also be interested in maybe getting like those battery terminals that I opened up a friend's copy of, I think it was Mario RPG, the Japanese Mario RPG, or maybe it was Mario Kart. Oof. Yeah. I think it was the Japanese Mario Kart. I opened it up for an episode, and I was just shooting. I wasn't really thinking too deeply about it, and a number of people commented on that the battery had been replaced with like a terminal where you solder in the terminal and then you can just swap the batteries out without ever having to solder it again.
Yeah. I feel like I have to use the photon torpedo as my option weapon. Is that what they are in Star Wars, or is that proton torpedo? Or is photon torpedo in Star Trek? Maybe.
I don't know. They're torpedoes, man. So are you playing with the 6-button controller?
Yeah, I'm using the joys.
Oh, the joys.
Yeah. Oh, joys.
See, I've never been able to get into the 6-button controller. I know you love it, but like, its applications are so limited that I've never needed to use it enough to like get used to it.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I just like the 3-button. I like it. It's just in retrospect, it's really big.
I kind of like it though. Like it's become the size and shape that I associate with the Genesis. I mean, like, even I don't think I had a 6-button when I played through Contra Hardcore. But like even that, like every time I try a 6-button controller with a 6-button compatible game, I'm always like, I don't need these extra functions.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like even the Saturn, like I don't have a ton of Saturn games, and most of the Saturn games I have played don't exactly make extensive use of all the buttons. Like I've never completely become comfortable like with the locations of like X, Y, and Z. Because like in Panzer Dragoon, like all I have to do with the top buttons are, I just have to hit like the Z button or whichever one it is one time at the start of the level to make it zoom out, and then I never have to touch it.
Whoa, look at this.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of overall, like, how would you say the difficulty of this compares to other shmups?
I don't know. It doesn't seem that much more difficult. Like you said, there's only a certain amount of things that can really happen.
Right, and the backgrounds I could see, like, kind of helping with the difficulty, or in the memorization rather.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. The bosses are not very.
It's certainly not as hard as Gyres.
Which is a very difficult game. I'm still gonna die though. Maybe. It's going real fast. Die, die, die. Come on. I got him. Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not the. Okay. Whew. I made it.
Whew. Do you think that part would have just looped?
I don't
I don't know how it could have. That, because I assume it's streaming the background from the disc. I assume it's not like loaded into RAM or something.
Yeah, I don't know. 5. I mean, I'm almost halfway already.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. You're doing good.
There's that. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not as good at games as I used to be." I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Oh, this level's got good music.
So you've been putting some time into the PS4 Spider-Man?
Yes. And like at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this very much. Like it just wasn't. I'm just like so bored of open world games. There is.
Oh, I mean,
like,
I know what you mean.
And a lot of times I don't even play. Oh, we're going light speed. There's just something about open world. I'm so bored. There's nothing that would make me less interested in a game, like lose interest in a game than what is it? What is the what is the generated thing? What's the
procedurally generated?
Yeah, that, roguelike, and open world are the 3 things that will make me lose interest in the game.
I mean, open world is a concept I like in theory, but it's just that most open world games are very much just like point A to point B, and you're not like doing actual real gameplay.
Right.
You're just like, do this, do that.
And to be honest, to an extent, I would say that Metroidvania is getting up there too now. Although
I can understand what you mean. I mean, when Metroidvania is done well, it's great.
Yes, exactly. Monster Boy was done extremely well, and it worked in such a good, because there was literally something on every screen just about.
But Metroidvanias for sure are just almost, they're definitely getting a bit overdone.
Right. Yes.
And I understand every game developer wants to make their own tribute to Metroid.
Yeah.
But we have paid tribute to Metroid many times by now.
Right.
But I do like open world games in theory. It's just that a lot of them don't manage it the way I would like. But, I remember John was sort of describing Spider-Man as like it's open world, but the actual missions are almost as well designed as something that would have been for a more linear game.
Yeah, and you know, Spider-Man, it's the traversal is so fast and fun that it almost doesn't feel like it's like a typical open world.
Yeah,
But I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
really
like,
know what I'm going to think of that aspect.
I was not very excited about it when I first played it, and then on Friday, my son had off school that day, and I decided to take him to the movies, and we went to see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and it was awesome. I mean, I know that you're not like a big like comic book guy at all, but
Oh, I mean, I like comic book movies. I'm just very, 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 very behind on them.
well, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is not connected to anything. It's just like its own thing.
Oh, it's not a Marvel Cinematic
but
Universe.
it's an animated movie, and it is.
Oh, okay. I wasn't aware.
It is so
of it
good
at all.
that it was. I'd heard that it was better than anybody thought it was going to be, and it is absolutely true. Like, it is so good, and it's so like visually interesting all the time, and it really does a lot of things that I was not expecting it to do, and like kind of seeing that movie, and then that made me immediately want to come home and play the game some more. So like then I really got into the game after seeing that.
Well, I mean, I think too for me, like with almost any game that is, especially a game that's going to be more of a long haul, like very often, like the first, several hours of it are kind of me just settling into it and getting used to how it looks and how it feels and how it operates.
Right.
I am usually not just like gripped by a game from the first minute. It usually takes a little time for me. Not always, sometimes you've got that game that's just like, oh, this feels so right from the beginning. I last night got to the final dungeon in Dragon Quest XI.
And you've been working on that for a while.
Yeah. Like, gosh, I think I started at the end of September, and that's been like, yeah, it's been some time. I mean, my hours on are like not ultra crazy. I mean, like 66 hours is what I think I'm at now. 66, 67.
That's not bad,
like
though, really.
No, it's not. But I understand it's got a very extensive post game, and I'm under the impression that, I mean, I don't really know what it could be, but like I guess whether I want to get into that at all or not will depend on how I feel about any loose ends.
Yeah, that's kind of how
I feel like with a lot of the post game stuff in Dragon Quest, like the story stuff is actually pretty well resolved early in the post game. You don't necessarily have to do everything. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from that. Like I'm ready to move on from it. I mean, I've been working on it since late September.
Yeah.
I'm really itching for like, a 25, 30 hour like Super Nintendo PS1 RPG. That kind of thing. But I'll probably take a little bit of a break from RPGs regardless. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing that up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Spider-Man is only like around like 15 hours or so, which is
That's
good.
Reasonable.
I'm kind of getting into a habit where I'm making time in the evenings to play stuff, which is something.
That's what I'm trying to do too. I mean, it's sometimes it's hard, but I'm trying. I have so far been much better about it overall this year than I was last year. So, I still gotta work on it. I saw someone ask, "Can you make an RGB episode on the Wii?" And yes, that I hope will be in the coming months. That is my intent.
I don't quite know what those gun power-ups do. I don't think that there's any like actual gun power-ups.
Are they like special weapons or something?
No, it doesn't seem to be. I mean, maybe it is. Or maybe I'm just not quite figuring it out.
You know, if you do manage to finish this tonight, I think you should play Alicia Dragoon.
I don't have it. But I mean, I guess I played on Everdrive.
Play it in.
Yeah.
That is that how expensive is that now?
It's like $100, I think now.
Oh, really? Yikes! I'm glad I got it when I did. I kind of just got it out of whim because it was available, and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. It's a very good game. My favorite thing about it is like it's so good at hiding secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Like the secrets are just easy enough to find that you feel like you're finding secrets all the time, but they're like kind of hidden in places where you feel like kind of like, yeah, like not everyone would have looked in there, but they probably would have. Like it's this very good balance that like makes you feel good about discovering things like all the time.
Weapon failure.
Alan Robinson says, I'm not old enough to have heard of the Sega CD. I played Sonic CD on the Gems collection. So did you not question which platform Sega Sonic CD was from originally? I mean, I guess there was another. What was it on PC or something as well? I forget. Am I right
Sonic
on
CD?
that?
There is a PC version of it. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I guess it could come from that as well. You know, when I was going through the PlayStation,
look at this! Look at this Space Armada right here.
Images. Oh man, two Space Armadas. Whew. Do you think you've even played this far into the game before?
No, never.
When I was going through the PlayStation disc images, I was like, I kept like racking my brain. I'm like, Strider, like, how could there be PlayStation Strider and Strider 2? Like, Sega was still, and like it took me so long to remember. Oh wait, it's not a Sega game; it's a Capcom game. I think of it as a Sega game though. It feels like Strider feels like a Sega game.
You think so? I guess I can understand that maybe a little bit. Strider 2 is an extremely easy game because it gives you unlimited continues. It's like unlimited continues, like continue right where you die.
Is Strider 2 original to the PlayStation?
It's an arcade game. I've never seen the arcade version though. It's like a 2.5D style.
Oh, okay. I don't like Strider.
I know. Yeah.
I tried really hard. I mean, I got to the last. I might have got to the last boss, but I was just not enjoying it at all. I couldn't finish it.
Well, you gave me your copy of the game, so.
Oh, did I? I can't believe you didn't have it.
I mean, I got it that Christmas when it came out, when it was the first 8 meg game ever released, and I just didn't have it anymore. But I'm happy that I have it now.
See, that kind of thing has never. I mean, maybe it's because like I wasn't like actively following games until I got the N64, and I got my Super Nintendo kind of late. But
what's going on now? Oh, jeez.
But like, I've never like found.
Oh, we got another donation.
I've never found cartridge size to be a particularly awe-inspiring.
I'm like gonna die here.
Uber Disco, $2. Hi Corey, nice stream. This is my first game on Sega CD.
Oh, first. Oh, I died. Sorry, I got a little loud there.
I mean, but you haven't died very many times,
No,
right?
it's only my second time to die.
That's impressive. What level are you on?
I think it's at level 8. That was kind of a long. No, actually it wasn't. I don't think. I'm gonna try the antimatter bomb this time. No, this was your first game on the Sega CD. I mean, this was a big deal when seeing screenshots of it. It's like, oh, Star Fox is nothing compared to this.
There's a Silpheed 2 on something, right?
There's a Silpheed The Lost
2?
Planet on the PS2.
Yeah. Is it? I mean, I'm sure it doesn't use the pre-rendered background.
I believe it's a treasure game.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar.
It's a treasure game, and it is not that great.
That's too bad.
And Working Designs is the one that published it.
Oh yeah. What makes you say it's not that great?
It's a lot slower moving, but maybe I should give it another shot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to think of bad treasure games.
Although, you know, they do exist. A lot of people will say that they exist. I mean, Stretch Panic. Which I can't tell you too much about Stretch Panic.
What's that for?
That's a PS2 game. Man, I'm getting wrecked this time. Maybe I'm doing good. I'm out of shields already. Dang, I'm gonna die quick.
Can you recover shield?
Yeah. Hopefully there's one recovery right here. Weapon failure. I'm gonna fall apart though now. Like, I was doing so good. It would have been hilarious if I had like beat the game my first time playing it, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a possibility.
There's no way that's happening.
What if the last few levels are really easy? I mean, they can't throw another space armor at you.
It's all just. It's not like I'm actually flying in between these ships. Which is one of the things I like about Space Armada levels.
Ever played Dark Wizard for Sega CD? Don't know that.
Oh, that's
Does Corey know that?
It's like a military strategy type.
I do not have very many Sega CD games.
Weapon failure again. I'm gonna die again. Am I going down? I'm moving real slow. Ugh. The thing is there's so much stuff going on that it's very difficult to see where enemy bullets are.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll give it another shot. I'm gonna stick with the phalanx beam this time.
Background Silpheed is pre-rendered. Why didn't they add anti-aliasing? I mean, I don't know if that's something they really would have thought of at this time. Plus, I mean, you've still got the limited Genesis color palette anyway.
Yeah.
It probably would have looked worse because of it probably would have made the dithering go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's Yeah, I guess you only really see the dithering on the explosions, because everything else is just like pretty flat polygons.
Yeah.
I guess it's just about learning what weapons work best on each level. Having something that's always going to shoot straight forward is actually a good thing. Those spreads of bullets, though, it's difficult to go in between them.
Some of them are pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand. Jeez. I'm gonna hit this brick wall. It's okay, though. I mean, it's still early.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're just in the zone the first time you play a level, you know?
Yeah.
Then you're just like overthinking it when you are trying again.
Right.
This game doesn't have like a level select or anything, does it?
No, you can get more continues though. I think with a code,
Oh, okay.
which I'm not opposed to doing. But I think it's one of those codes where it requires you to do something on the second controller.
Oh.
I'm just unloading on this guy.
Wow, the stream delay is
It's not. It
No.
shouldn't be. There was just a recent update where you can do like a low latency mode, and still have DVR.
uh-huh.
Oh, I got him. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean there shouldn't be. I mean, how long of a latency is it? Does it seem like?
Seems pretty short. Here, I'm gonna my phone's over there. Here, I'll wave to the camera and I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 seconds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's real good.
Because previously you could do that, but it would take away the DVR function.
What do you mean by DVR function?
That's just the ability for people to be able to rewind into the stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm
And
drinking.
it doesn't have an impact on quality, I guess.
No, I mean now it doesn't. For those, I'm drinking a Simple Truth organic seltzer water, lemon lime. Nothing too intense tonight.
What was it called? Simple Truth?
Yeah, it's like Kroger's brand of.
I don't know how I feel about drinking something that has the word truth in the name. That's a weird word for a food.
Oh, no, that's just like their.
Store brand.
No, I mean it's like their more organic brand.
Oh. Their marketing words brand.
We got another donation from Paul Sutton. I mean, you want to read what it says?
Ah.
And that pops up.
Even with the shield refill code, which uses the second controller, I could never beat this game.
Well,
Oh, we'll see. Corey's getting close. Maybe you should give it another try in your adult age. I won't say old age.
I got 2 continues left. Whatever, it's still early. It's pretty good for just an hour into it.
Yeah, I am impressed.
But maybe I will make this like a project. I'll do a run every day until I beat it.
Yeah, I mean, I think think you're getting there.
In the afternoon.
Sandy's staring at the little window that has us on the screen.
There is a lot of bullets though here.
Yeah, that's for sure. Are there difficulty modes?
There is no easy. There's only normal and hard. The sound effects really are atrocious in this though. Like the big explosions, like they are shockingly like.
Is the music good at least?
It's not great. Doesn't kind of have that exciting driving feel that I like from my shooter soundtracks. I mean, will you look up what the codes are?
Oh, yeah. Sandy, I can't keyboard with you there. Yeah, I'm really shocked at the stream delay here. It's impressive.
Because if you just keep on, if you can eliminate continue, or if there's a continue code to get more continues to, and you still have to play the entire level over again, like that doesn't feel like I can deal with that kind of cheating. Because you still got to play the entire game. It's not like you just spam it, you know. The bosses are atrocious in this level. They are really, really bad.
What, you mean they're just annoying, or?
No, they're just like dumb. Like this is the boss.
They
Like all
look
the
dumb,
bosses
or
are tiny.
This is also on NEC PC 88 apparently.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You only have a certain amount of time to kill the bosses, I think.
Oh, there is a stage select. There's a stage select, there's a shield recharge, and there's a 10 continues code.
Oh, okay. What is the 10 continues code?
Play a normal game until you lose and only have one continue left. When the intro movie starts, press right up ABC left. Oh, this level looks neat.
Yeah. What is it? Right up ABC. What is it? Keep that up so yeah.
Right up ABC left when the intro movie starts. And you only have one continue left.
Got it.
Right up ABC left.
I guess I'll see if is the chat okay with me cheating in that way?
I mean, basically it would be as if you were playing the game by infinite continues rules.
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like you've kind of got this game. I feel like you could do it legit.
Probably.
I mean, are you on the 11th level now?
I think so.
I almost feel like you should do it legit at this point. You're so close. Unless, like, the last level just turns out to be a totally different story.
Well, I'm tempted just to do it to try to do it legit afterwards.
Oh yeah, you could do that. I mean, not that you cheated on Rocket Knight, but like once you finish it, like you just like kind of went for it again.
Right.
And like almost beat the hardest difficulty.
Yeah. There's a huge one approaching. Oof. I wonder if you have to beat all the bosses to do it, because there's 2 bosses in a row that I have not killed.
Oh.
But I'm on the last level now.
Interesting. Maybe you get a bad ending or something?
I guess we'll find out. No, this is stage 11 now.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. I wonder if there's like a 12th level if you kill all the bosses.
I wonder.
See if you can find anything on it, but keep that continue code available. I think I'm gonna do it.
For some reason, this FAQ only has 4 levels.
Interesting. Oh, we got another donation. Looks like.
Oh, it's a super chat. Bubba D Matt, $5. Thank you. Possible RGB video idea: how to get the best video for retro computer gaming. That's a topic we would love to know more about, but is kind of daunting for us.
Yes.
I mean, you know, we kind of think of like LGR as like the retro computer master, and it would like be so hard for us to like even get to his level.
Hang on. Let's do the so I gotta wait for the code to come up.
Movie.
The intro movie.
The intro movie.
Then it's like, what is it again? You closed it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was. I thought you wrote it down. Right up, ABC.
Well, look it up. We got.
Well, do we have time?
Yeah.
Right up, ABC left.
Is it A plus B? Is it just pressing all the buttons?
Right up, ABC left.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna try it. Okay, I see.
Did it work?
Hang on. Right up, ABC left. I'm gonna see if it's a Game Arts logo right there. Here we go. Let's try it. Right up, ABC left, and start.
It doesn't say start.
It didn't happen. So is it A? So is it? I wonder if I gotta press all 3 at the same time.
I mean, you can't.
No, I mean, I wonder if I had to press A, B, and C at the same time. I think that I lost it. Oh, maybe not. Let's try it again here. Here we go. Is it going to make a noise or anything?
I mean, there's also stage select if all else fails.
Yeah, because that doesn't seem to be working. Okay, from game five, press right up, ABC, left, left, down, CA, start. Okay.
Well, the game facts code, like, it says LEF instead of left. So maybe it just wasn't fully pasted.
Yes. Okay. Let's try that now. Okay, here we go. Game odds. Right up, A, B, C, left, left, down, C, A, start. There we go, worked. Thank you, GR1 ever. Thank you.
You know, I think the PC version might have fewer levels or something, because the only two facts for the game, believe it or not, are actually for PC.
Really?
Yeah. And they both seem to only show 4 levels. Very strange.
So if I beat it like without having to use another continue, does that like count as legit?
Yeah. I mean, you have one, or no, this is your last one, right? I assume you wouldn't have one after that.
Yeah. Whatever. You know what? I don't really care either way.
Yeah, well, watch you tomorrow go back and do it anyway.
I feel like I want to go back and do it. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't be unheard of. See if you can find anything about the bosses that escape, though.
I mean, I don't really know where else to look. I always go to GameFAQs, and they don't have anything on the Sega CD version.
It's very difficult.
These are pretty
sometimes
cool
things
explosions.
Yeah. There's things in the background, though. It's like sometimes you hit the background. It's very difficult to tell what's going to hit you. You basically got to like look what your bullets are hitting.
They need to remake this game in VR so you can get better depth of perception.
We're going in.
Oh, man.
But the bosses in this game are super bad. Are pretty terrible.
Lame.
Yes, extremely.
I mean, the boss isn't part of the background, is it? It's like an actual 3D object.
Yes, but they're always like they're tiny.
Well, I mean, Well, you beat him.
Yeah, I don't know. That is not the boss though. I'm like so dead. It's like when we're hitting, I'm dead.
Maybe you'll make it be a level transition.
Maybe. Oh, wrong. Oh, maybe not. Oh, jeez. Did I do it? That was like that was very simple if that was the case.
It looked like it could have been a final, like, last thing to blow up. Let's see what's gonna happen now.
It's a cutscene. I don't know. I'm flying out. It's exploding behind me.
Oh man, that don't happen
before
the end
level.
of the game.
It's got some triumphant sounding music. And I'm getting them back together with the fleet, but I bet you there's going to be some sort of...
I don't know. After an explosion like that?
Oh, yep. See, there's a big laser beam.
Oh no! Oh, that kind of crap doesn't happen after that kind of explosion.
Oh, look at this thing. It's not a be at 2019 yet.
Okay, boys, we're going in.
Well, he's like, okay, boys, we're going in. All right, well, let's do it. Oh, geez, it doesn't even give me... Oh, it didn't even give me, like, a weapon select screen. Please, like... Oh, my gosh. And I've got, like, no health. I don't even know. Am I going inside of it?
Del Keys in the chat says, I'm excited for another Resident Evil title, but I'm concerned for the RE2 mate. Can't get confirmation if it'll have a side A and B playthrough like the original.
Ugh.
That...
I think that's just the boss. Please let me get to continue. Please don't tell me like the level before. It's gonna send me a level before. I know it's gonna.
No, it's not.
It's getting me back to the weapon select.
Oh, it might be okay. But you know the Leon path, gameplay is Leon.
Yep, I knew it. I knew it was gonna do it.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
But I think that was very easy. I think that was just like the last boss right there.
It seemed like it was going to be easy.
It didn't seem very tough. I think if I had more than one hit, I would have been able to do it.
Okay.
I think I just got to shoot that little opening on it. It's not even doesn't even seem that difficult.
But like the whole like A and B thing for Resident Evil 2 has like never been an important part of it to me. I mean, the fact that there are two playable characters with their own things that are unique to each story is important, I think. But like the whole like, the changes I always thought were not that impactful. Like, I mean, yes, there's Mr. X, but I never liked the idea of Mr. X that much. Like, I feel like Nemesis in 3 is so much better. But that's not a major thing for me, whether like playing Claire first impacts Leon or Leon first impacts Claire. It's not important for me. I just, but the two distinct characters with their few things that are unique to each story, that is important to me.
Looks like we got another donation there.
Oh. $2 from Kill Payne for the Pats winning the AFC championship.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was is that the pre-Super Bowl whatever?
Yeah.
So that means they are going to the Super Bowl then? Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Okay. How far in advance of the Super Bowl are we?
It's probably gonna be in 2 weeks. I guess.
Okay. So you don't know who's going to be in until like 2 weeks before, huh?
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, they go through the playoffs where like the best teams play each other.
Well, I mean, I know that, but I felt like it was known further in advance who it was going to be.
Let's see. I think I can stay right here and shoot it.
Yeah, like the beam, I don't think is going to get you anywhere else.
Yeah, it seems pretty safe right here. Like, I wonder if it just plays out normally, regardless. Well, let's see what happens now. Oh, we got a $2 R from Pobre Alienado de Deritia. Sorry if I.
You tried.
Yeah, I
You tried.
Hello from Brazil. Thank you.
Thank you. Was is it Real? I think is
Yeah, I
Brazil?
think so. Yeah.
Something like that. Real. Kenny KC asks, "This game any good?" I mean, it looks good.
If I beat it, is this like? Does that kind of make you want to get it?
The fact that you've got through this with relative ease does make me feel more secure in getting it. Although, you know, I still consider myself a bit of a wuss when it comes to the shmups, you know?
For people who played this, is this last boss? Is it just like that little opening I gotta shoot on this last level? It just seems like something I'd have to fly inside.
I mean, you already did your, like, fly out of the thing and it blew up behind you, you know?
Yeah. We play Green Dog on 420. Sure, we'll do that. if 420 is a Sunday, then yes, I will play Green Dog.
Is there a Game Gear Green Dog?
Oh gosh, I don't know. See,
feel
this
like
is
there
hurting
is.
it. See, it's making a noise like it's getting hurt. Is this all I gotta do?
It's making a lot of flashing, so... I can't believe you're hitting that one spot and this, like, gigantic thing is, like, getting hurt. Oh, you're talking about the bosses being tiny. I mean, this thing is huge.
Yes.
But there's a lot of wobbling back and forth, like, between the phases.
Why is...
Uh,
Okay, this is not going in the way I was expecting.
I feel like some of this is a little bit nauseating.
Yeah. I'm like so dead. I'm so dead. I died. It got really crazy there for a minute. I could barely tell what was going on. Will you look at videos of it and see what you see?
Sure.
We stream with two people by using Discord. It's just a screen capture.
Yeah, it's just screen capturing OBS from another monitor.
I mean, it's just weird. It doesn't seem particularly.
He's got these like sparkle shots. Do you have those?
Yes. Oh, so he's shooting those at him. Okay. I do, but that's one of the special weapons. It's one of the option weapons. I chose to use the shield. So is he just like unloading those into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like those and the regular shots, like at the same time.
Right.
That's how it works.
Yeah, that's expected.
I mean, otherwise he's just dodging the stuff. I don't think there's really anything else to shoot. Well, it looks like there's some things that he shot out. There's like some mines or something that fly toward you. It looks like you can shoot those out. I'm trying to figure out if, like, when the screen is like going crazy back and forth, like
If there's like a safe spot.
I mean, he's moving all around. I'm trying to figure out if there's like if it's like a figure 8 pattern or something like that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna happen this time, regardless.
I mean, what do you mean? Oh, you've got low health.
Yeah. Oh, we got another TNL person in here. We got Bacon McCheskey, who I know from, unless that's somebody else. Oh, lots of next level people showing up tonight. Oh, we got a $2.99 donation from Kelly Greenidge. You want to see what it says on that?
Yeah, good evening, guys. I know you guys talked about doing an episode on arcade gaming, possibly with the Has Parsec or the Signal. How is that progress coming along? You still need to get a Has.
Actually, I've been talking to the gentleman who makes the Has in the last couple days.
Great.
Our good friend Smoke Monster put me in contact, and there could be some new developments on that front.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
All right, can I skip this cutscene? I wonder. I can skip it. Good.
Oh. Advanced features. Yeah, the streams themselves are unlisted, the archives, but they are in a public playlist if you just go to the front My Life in Gaming page on YouTube.
Is he getting like real close to it like I am right now?
Huh? I did feel like he was relatively far forward when dodging the lasers anyway.
I don't understand how you're supposed to dodge that. Jeez.
That I'm not sure. Let me get back to that video.
So it's the photon torpedoes. It looks like that's what they were using. So let's do it.
That big upside down thing, that's what you're not sure about, right?
Yeah, that thing looked like I could. Yeah, I fly really close to it. I don't know if it's even possible to avoid it.
I mean, he was like kind of in the middle of the left side for the first shots, and then went kind of to the middle of the right side for the next group of shots. That makes sense.
I might have to stop and watch the video myself. It just seems like it's.
I mean, I'm not gleaning anything special from it necessarily, but maybe you will since you're playing. I just dumped it in our Discord there. Didn't know you've been streaming since 2015. I guess so.
Yeah, this is like, man, I'm like in crush this time. Whew. This is not a good run. I'm just gonna play this up. There's not.
Oh man, I feel like when you get to that point, that's when it goes downhill. Oh hey, we got another $5 super chat from Jace Ravenfield. Just want to thank you guys. Because of you, I have an awesome RGB set with the OSSC. Can't wait for a Dreamcast episode. Looking forward to Dreamcast too.
Thank you. All right, let's try this again. Dreamcast episode hopefully is going to be this year. I think that it's going to be this year. I don't know exactly when it's going to be.
The last thing we're kind of waiting for in regard to that, I think, is the HD Retrovision cables.
Right.
Adam Jenkins says, I'd like to point out that it seems like just a few months ago you hit 100,000 subscribers, and now you're already to about 125,000. When was it? Was it July?
Yeah, it was July.
Yeah.
It does definitely speeds up a lot. Definitely is sped up a lot.
Yeah, like I mean, the
but
fall.
I mean, we did
the
have
fall
some,
was very good for us.
Yes, I mean we had several big episodes in the fall. I can't tell like what's gonna hit me. Or I know it's going to hit me, and I still get hit by it anyways. Because I forget. Option energy. I don't know why I got hit by that. Okay. So that, and him.
Yes, the Silpheed's backgrounds are FMV. So as you move around, like into the foreground, does the backward shooting, does that happen automatically?
That's the weapon I have. It's like auto aim.
Oh, okay.
This is ridiculous. falling apart. I don't think I can do it with that weapon. I think I need the shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna do the shield anyways. I was doing so good. The EDMS, because that lets me take a lot more hits. Can you send me the link to that video?
I did. It's in Discord. Are we going to do Woozle's GBA Consolizer? Yes. I need to check what the status of some of the firmware updates that he was going to do. Bob was recommending that we wait to review that when that happens. Oh, we've got Game Chasers here.
They're watching me cheat. Figure out how to beat the last guy, I guess. Oh, this is.
Oh, is
yeah, the audio is because it was coming
going
through.
on with the audio.
That was just me doing the. It was the game, in the YouTube window playing. I just want to see if there's a safe spot for when it starts going back and forth.
I mean, from what I was seeing, there really wasn't anything like a safe spot.
His option is so powered up too. I don't understand. This is on a real Sega CD.
It's on your childhood Sega CD.
Yep.
It's like never been serviced or anything, has it?
It's been recapped, actually.
Okay. But I mean, like the mechanical parts though, like have never been serviced, right?
Right. Knock on wood. Hopefully it's never gonna have an issue. All right. I'm just like watching this. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. Honestly.
No. It goes on for a little bit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look that hard to dodge. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was trying to say. Like, it doesn't look like he's doing anything crazy or special. Oh, hey, we got 5 pounds from Yo-Yo Yoshio.
Thank you.
Where you do a DOS 98 image quality, and what is the best type of CRT for someone on a small budget and limited space? Obviously, Trinitron or nothing. I mean, 13-inch PVMs are quite nice.
Yeah.
Really.
For sure. Yeah, I think so.
You know, I know everyone wants to get those 19-inchers, but I mean, you can easily fit a 13-inch PVM on a desk, and you know, those will have the number 14 in their model number. I don't know why it's that way. Like the 13-inchers have a 14 in their model number, and the 19-inchers have a 20. They round up.
Just makes them seem bigger.
To be fair, I mean, it's not like I've taken a measuring tape to them. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are 20 and 14.
So this guy.
Sandy. No. She was nudging my DualShock left stick over there. That's not your toy. That's my toy.
How did I do so good that first time and now I'm like got nothing? I can't make it even to like the boss. Like, what the heck
Well,
is
you
going
did bad. You did bad the first time through the level.
I made it through. Like, now I'm like, can't even beat this guy. Like, without engine failure. I don't understand. I don't understand why I'm doing so bad.
Game over.
Maybe it's the, let's see.
Is there a CRT that has VGA and RGBN? Well, I mean, first of all, I mean, you're saying, sending us pounds. So, I mean, don't
The game knows I'm
most
cheating. It does. That's what they.
don't most CRTs over there have RGB input? I mean, you know, I've never been to England, so my fantasy is it's a land filled with RGB CRTs. Of course, you're going to want to look for one that's compatible with 60 hertz, though. Which I don't really know a whole lot about, like PAL 60 stuff. Yeah, your average like VGA is going to be pretty much only on monitors that are designed for PC or digital TVs. Like, you know, it's kind of been extinct for a while, but I mean, it used to be very common to have VGA on HD TVs, but not really anymore. But PC monitors, I mean, if you want VGA on a CRT, I mean, your best bet is to hunt down an actual PC CRT.
Right.
In my opinion, it's unfortunately just going to have to be a separate thing.
I don't understand how to do this part without getting hit.
Element TVs have VGA and are available at Walmart and Target. Well, that would definitely be an outlier, but a welcome thing for sure. Apart, man. I didn't die. Maybe you need to step away from them.
I don't know. Like, I feel it's too crazy difficult.
No, not at all.
I'm overthinking it is what I think I'm doing. Chat, lend me your power. Whenever I hear like "lend me your power," I always think of the scene from Final Fantasy IV. Whenever like phrase at the end.
Yeah,
which is like an amazing part of the game. It's like such.
Yeah, I mean it's a cheesy thing now, but at the time I saw that in Final Fantasy IV, I feel like I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
So that is like the iconic, like, you know, all your friends giving you strength to fight the final boss. That's the one to me.
It's like, Highland
Are
Rim
you
Gamer
still
has
using the Monoprice 8-in, 1-out HDMI switch? Yes. I've got like a generic 5 input switcher where the auto switching on it works pretty well and nothing is like sending it like a constant signal. So I've got the output from that running to the input 1 on the Monoprice 8 switcher. And then I've got other things going into the Monoprice 8 switcher, which goes out to one of the inputs on my receiver. So I've got 2 switchers daisy chained in that way, and then to the receiver. So, and then obviously other things I'm switching with the switcher itself. But it works pretty well. There are a few things.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm just saying, like, really quick, I just got to go and say, I can't go into the screen. I got to stay all the way back, just so you know. Going
You
forward.
gotta stay all the way back.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Continue. Sorry. I just had to say it out loud so that I know.
But yeah, I mean that's working pretty well. Expansion options are limited. I'm not right now though using any HDMI options for GameCube. I did have the first GCHD hooked up, but like now that I've got like the component looking so even better, I don't have anything hooked up for HDMI for GameCube. If I have to capture HDMI for GameCube, I'm just going to just hook it up temporarily that way, because it's going to be a special case use, really. So that frees up one spot.
Gosh.
TV VCR repairman will be a legitimate profession for years because of retro hipsters. That would be great. I don't know. I feel like CRTs and VCRs will probably not be as prominent of a niche as like records have been, vinyl records.
You never know. I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, we've got like new vinyl records coming out all the time now.
Well, I mean, we
don't have new
we got a new
CRTs
copy of, yes, right, but we do have a new copy of Metal Storm coming out. Did you see that from CES? That Limited
Metal
Run
Storm.
and Retrode are doing a new version of a new pressing of Metal Storm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Like officially licensed from Irem, I guess?
Yeah.
Did you know I played that on the Backloggery stream?
I did.
Mo-
I did.
Monday?
How'd it go?
I beat it.
Oh, nice. Does it have it has unlimited continues, doesn't it?
It does. It's got hard loop though. That's really hard.
Yeah.
So I just beat the normal mode. Like it starts off pretty easy, but it does get hard.
I wonder if I even have to shoot this thing. If it just dies on its own. If you outlast it.
Oh no.
Old school gamer, when you die on the next level, it sends you back to the previous level. That old trick. I'm gonna die again though, real quick here.
But yeah, my VCR situation is pretty dire right now.
I just got another DVD VCR combo, but it doesn't upscale. I'm just doing it so I can make the new dubs of the How to Beat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have 3.
Yeah, it took a lot of work to get that shot of Castlevania 3 on a VHS tape in the Tom video.
Mm-hmm.
Just because my VCRs were failing, man.
How many people are watching?
293.
Oh, wow.
Sandy, do you need to go out?
This is so obnoxious. I'm starting to hate this game.
Game over.
I feel like the hitbox is a lot different on this level than it was earlier in the game. I might have to, if someone can find that 10 continue code, I might need it again.
The main target is the inside core block.
I mean, I have given up in previous streams before. But I try not to. We try not to. Try's much better at not giving up than I am. But we do, you know, we have our moments.
Oh, there's a lunar eclipse tonight?
Yep.
Did not know. I noticed the moon was super, super bright earlier, though.
Yes, it's very bright. So those two, that one, those two. It's always that part.
Does anyone know why the blinking light win for NES is never in stock now? Really?
He just had a problem. I have one on order, and I've been waiting.
Oh,
too.
okay.
He just had a problem where there was like an issue with like a whole batch recently, so he had to like reject them all, and now he has no idea like how long it's gonna be before they get restocked.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I really like mine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get one for my high def NES.
Yeah, I mean that's what mine is in. I've got a stock NES that still has, you know, the push mechanism. Just you gotta have one that has that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in my high def NES, and I love it. It's great. I don't know if it's ever given me a failure at all.
At least it refills some of my option when I get to the next level.
That's good. Are you gonna have to enter that code again soon?
Yes. If I die this time, I have to do it.
Well, it seems like you've got time to do it.
Let's see. There's a very hard difficulty.
Coury actually did a stream with the Mister.
Yeah, it's a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Smoke Monster on for it. I haven't heard anything specific, but I've been hearing people say that it's really been moving along.
Yeah.
I've not been paying attention.
For Ghosts and Goblins yesterday.
Oh,
Which is
like
cool.
the whole arcade PCB?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Ghosts and Goblins, okay.
Oh, not Ghouls and Ghosts?
No.
I didn't realize there were two arcade games.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the Genesis game is based on Ghouls and Ghosts.
Right.
Okay. I did not realize there were two. I mean, the console games, like, I've always gotten very confused about the distinction between Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. So that kind of makes sense now.
I wonder how, if you just have to survive a certain amount of time.
Game over.
I'm going to have to look at that video again here. After I get 10 continues. Gosh darn it. I made it farther that time than I ever have.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it kind of loop at some point?
I think so. It's got it, right? Here we go. Go right, up, A, B, C, left, down, C, A, start. Give me them, yes. Okay, it worked. Okay, so I need auto aiming on this side and phalanx. I am curious to see if it loops. So I can do that. Okay. Hang on, I just want to look to see what happens here. Well, a little bit. It just kind of. It looks like it repeats certain portions of it over and over again. I'm just seeing if there's anything he's doing that they're doing. Okay. All right, let's do this. It definitely is significantly more difficult, like in this last level. It would not be a bad thing if I didn't have to play this previous level every time.
Yeah.
That's like,
Oh yeah. What if they only do that because of the code?
I'd be
I
impressed.
doubt it, but that'd be kind of funny. I don't know why I just thought of this, but you know how like you sent me for the Tom episode, you sent me CRT footage and
Mhm.
the direct capture.
Yeah.
I was going to use a CRT clip of something from Contra 3 at one point, but it was like one of the game demos, I guess, because Bill and Lance were in it.
Right.
And it was like, because you were shooting at 30 frames, the like you'd see that both of them were shooting, but you'd only see one of their bullets. Then they'd stop shooting, and you'd see the other one's bullets, but not the other. Have you filmed much with the new FrameMeister firmware? Yeah, I installed it yesterday, I guess it was. Because I kind of wanted to evaluate, like, is this like significant enough to like do an episode on? I kind of decided no. The one thing I will say that is nice is that it does work on my TV now. You know, it just barely worked on my 4K TV. You know, I had the no sound issue. I had the pink screen issue. It was a problem. That doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. It added some DVI, supposedly added some DVI mode features in that it says that for you know, you can output 1200p and 960p in DVI mode. And it says you can do 2x
Oh, we got another.
screen mode now.
Yeah, we got another
from
donation.
Paul Sutton. Maybe try not worrying about shooting things until you get to that mini boss on stage 11 and focus on evading being hit.
Yeah. It's
It's a valid strategy with this game.
yeah, like it doesn't even
I mean,
matter.
things are going to go away eventually anyway.
Yeah.
What was I talking about before that though? What was I talking about?
You're talking
Oh,
about the
FrameMeister firmware.
yes.
Yeah, so apparently it lets you use the 2x screen size mode for 480i and 240p in 960p mode, but I couldn't get it to work for 480i. Which, I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why, it says unsupported.
Oh, we got
And Bacon McShig says, welcome to the next level. and in some fashion, he says that. Anyway.
Thank you.
I was never at the next level, but I feel so warmly welcomed. JF asked a bit earlier, why didn't you guys cover the SNES YPBPR mod for early SNES systems? Honestly, because we didn't know that existed at the time. And even if we did know that existed, I would have been probably not too interested in covering it because I had assumed at the time that, I mean, that would just be converting RGB to YPBPR, but someone said, I can't remember who said this. I heard from someone maybe a year ago or something that Supposedly, the Super Nintendo chip actually generates a native YPPPR signal. I just don't know if I believe that. Like, what would that have even been used for at the time? I mean, it doesn't output it. The system does not output it, but supposedly the chip generates it? I don't know if I believe that. Okay, Jay in the chat here is saying early SNES Rico PPUs do native YPBPR, just doesn't connect anywhere. What would that have even been used for, though? Like, that just kind of amazes me. I wonder if it's even decent quality, though. I mean, it's certainly an interesting thing, but I think it's not even worth doing to your system at this point, though. I don't think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's too many other good options for Super Nintendo quality. There's no reason to do that.
There's a blood moon eclipse in about 20 or 30 minutes. Does that mean that all of the souls of our dead enemies will return? Does that mean that if I beat this game, it will return?
So are you debating whether you want to beat it before then or not?
I should wait until right after the blood moon.
I have never like felt the eclipse hype.
I think it's neat. This one you'll really be able to see it.
Well, at least lunar eclipses aren't like a hassle. Like, you can look at them normally, but I still don't. I've never thought it was that interesting of a thing. I don't know why. When I was at your house, like right around New Year's, I think it was technically the day after the supermoon or whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. Or it could have been the day of the supermoon. I don't know. But I was driving home and it was like I don't think I had ever made an effort to like see a supermoon. But since I actually saw it driving home, I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. Part of it might have been because a lot of other times when they say it's a supermoon, well, depending on where you are, like you might not be able to see it until it's already like pretty high in the sky. But where I was driving, I was able to see it when it was pretty near the horizon, and it was like some Majora's Mask crap. Like it was freaking huge. Like I thought it was like at first I thought it was like a water tower, and then like as I like came around like the trees, like I could see it through there. I'm like, why is that water tower so bright? And I like came around, I was like, oh, it's a freaking huge moon.
Like, I wonder if I only have to last a certain amount of time, or if it just repeats. I feel like I gotta hit a certain amount of time. Because the screen fades
You mean
to
the thing
white.
you're fighting now, or the final boss?
The final boss.
I can't believe there's no Sega CD facts.
Let's do this, come on. Let's do this, come on. Without special weapons or options, you cannot defeat the final boss. It's impossible. Is it actually impossible?
I mean, I don't have the information to verify that.
I mean, I'm doing damage to it. I just can't outlast it.
I don't see why you couldn't outlast it. I mean, technically, you should be able to. It does seem like it lasts a while.
I mean, I refuse to believe that it's impossible.
Is the shield just extra hits for
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
Game over.
Well, maybe you should try some special weapons.
Okay. I'll try and make it there with special weapons then.
I bet if you give up, you'll come back to this tomorrow and you'll beat it. You're without cheats, first attempt.
There's a you want to click on that wiki?
Oh, there's a wiki.
The main target is the inside Cormac.
This is the final battle against a weapons platform. The flight path is all over the place as the Silpheed automatically will zoom close, then away from the platform, left and right of it, etc. as many laser blasts emit from the platform, which its center gun takes many hits before the player can destroy it and win the game. Also, several projectiles will also join in the fray and will cause damage if they make contact with the Silpheed. I don't know, that doesn't sound...
Promising or
I mean, it doesn't sound like it has any special tips. It just says the center gun takes many hits. I don't see any particular tips about what weapons to take.
oh, we got a $5 donation.
Oh. Probably not as highly requested, but we see RGB Master Class vids on pre-NES consoles. I know 2600 and ColecoVision have RGB mods. That is something I want to do. I just don't have the systems modded yet, and it's, you know, I guess not been a huge priority for me. I do have a not good ColecoVision mod that I need to get replaced. But yeah, I need to get a 2600 mod done. I'm just, you know, I have to admit, not the biggest fan of those games. I mean, you know,
Game over.
I can play them for a couple of minutes, but
What gun does
I don't consider myself much of a pre-1985 guy. But, you know, I think it would be cool to do. Citrus does. That's right. He did. He did. I talked to him about the ColecoVision. That's right. I did. I forgot that he does that. Yeah, I'll have to remember to ask him to do that. And Adam Jenkins has an S-Video modded Atari and a composite mod ColecoVision he'd loan for an episode. That would be much appreciated.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
A lot of dead Colecos can be fixed by cleaning up the power switch. It gets rusty or dirty and doesn't make good enough contact. I think my ColecoVision is I think the system is fine, but the RGB mod was shoddy. and I think it was from a time before whatever the current method is anyway.
Right.
I think this guy kind of just made it up. Yes, John. That's right. It never worked on the FrameMeister. I was able to get it to work on a PVM if I fed it through.
How did it look on there?
An RGB to YPB PR converter. Oh wait, no. Was I able to get on the PVM? I don't know. The RGB cable for it worked though, so it doesn't even matter now. The colors were off. I think there's pots inside that you can adjust the color on, but I never bothered. Yeah, I need to talk to Dan about that. I forgot all about that we had that conversation when we were there in April. So many things I need to get around to doing. You know, like jailbreaking my Vita, and other things like that that I need to get around.
Like the problem is I cannot dodge everything this guy throws at me. It's like I cannot dodge everything. I can't make it to the boss without the extra shield. I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing before. At least I could.
I'm pretty sure I do have Pepper 2 on the Coleco. I've actually got quite a few Atari and 2600 and ColecoVision games. Because it was my cousin's Coleco. So, and I don't know if they ever had an Atari.
I don't understand. It says
But
a shield
they had
recharge.
an adapter for it. They had an adapter to play Atari games on ColecoVision. But I don't think that works with an RGB mod. But I could be wrong. That would be kind of neat if it did.
Paul's right. All I need to do is just focus on dodging the bullets. That's all I gotta do. Is just not worry about what's killing that.
Don't get hit.
How did that hit?
Because I saw it. It flew right toward you. There were a bunch of dots.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I saw. Well, it might have been explosions. I don't know. There was something that was. It's these like dots that like move like kind of weirdly, coming from these like diamond things. I saw some of them. They hit you.
I hit by that one, but that's actually not too bad. I think I kind of got that little bit figured out now. This part is not too good, but I think we're not too easy, but I think I figured out that.
Really glad to have found your channel during a bus ride to Muncie, Indiana. Muncie, I don't know how you say it.
That's cool, though. Maybe I gotta, like, not fly around and back of them. I did okay there that time.
So do you have special weapons now?
I don't have special weapons. I just have my shield. My
Is that what that red thing is?
Yeah. I don't think that it hurts enemies. I think that's just an extra hit. Can anybody in the chat confirm if that is just a shield or if I can actually damage the enemies with it?
I mean, I doubt you can damage the final boss.
I don't know. I'm gonna get all up in there and see what happens.
Ah.
Just close enough. Just close enough so it.
Don't
touches
do
it.
anything dangerous. You're doing good.
Yeah, that guy. That thing is easy.
Yeah, there's nothing to it. You don't even have to move.
No.
Man, though, who throws a final boss at you after that kind of explosion? You know?
Game arts.
I guess.
So if I get these spinning things that it touches.
Why were they red in the previous stage and now they're yellow?
Because it absorbs some hits.
Oh, okay. You've got that dodge pattern down, I think.
Yeah, this part, like, it's not so bad. Those things just like move so fast, like so choppy. It's very difficult to tell what's going on.
What's going on?
Are you kidding me? So it really is impossible to beat him?
Wait, what? What happened? Like was it a countdown? Oh man, I thought it was getting ready to blow up.
I thought so too.
So you got to beat him faster than that. Is that the answer?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Well, I guess I got to use. Okay.
Well, look how good you did, though. You don't need no shield.
Yeah. All right. I guess I gotta figure out. I gotta get good enough to do it without the shield, huh?
Got to get good.
I guess so.
That guy from Legendary Axe, are you actually a pizza delivery man, or are you only a pizza delivery man in your dreams?
Ugh. See, I'm fine. Like up
says, have you used the fan gun? That is recommended online. I don't know what is meant by online.
the fan gun. I assume that's the sparkle thing that I'm using.
The sparkle thing was what was used in that one video.
Oh, come on. Okay. The good thing is I figured out how to make it through that little space now without.
Oh, good. Without getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seemed tricky. Oh yeah, that Legendary Axe is a very good game. You have little time to defeat the boss. You can dodge it all you want, however, if you do not use the bomb special weapon, it will fire a giant laser you cannot avoid.
What? Oh, I mean.
All I want to know is why are now the other ships helping?
So if I'm not using the bombs, am I screwed? Can I use the? I have the sparkle things. So the sparkle things work?
The sparkle thing is what that guy in the video was using.
Yeah.
Guy from Legendary Axe says, I was in my former life. We ordered Domino's tonight, the one I worked at years ago. I ate a mushroom sub, put you guys on, pass out on the couch, and had the dream. Well, I should hope the Legendary Axe is a top 10 game for that guy from Legendary Axe. Although I guess, I mean, you got to be modest. You can't put your own game at number one. But you can admit it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not saying my game is the best, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, so you need to use the 4th special weapon and save it for the boss.
Game
I can do
over.
that.
You know, for a game that was like relatively easy up until the very end, like there's like a lot of specific stuff you got to do for this last boss. You know?
Yes. Yes. It's like antimatter bomb in stage 11. Make sure you don't use it in stage 10. Okay. By the time you're
Wait,
reading this,
stage
it's too
10?
late.
The main target is the inside core block.
See, I'm not worried about getting hit up until now because there's a full health refill
Mm.
when I fly through here.
You like always get.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to avoid. Pretty
Um,
hard to miss.
ugh.
Mm.
Like, I don't even understand like my hitbox.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, there is a level select code.
Yeah.
Evasive maneuvers. Evasive maneuvers. Laser scratching.
I don't know. I did not use my special weapon at all on that level.
Now you have a chance.
I don't have a chance.
Sounds like quitter talk.
Yeah. I don't know. I might if I don't do it pretty soon here. I'm gonna call it. I'm not using my targeting computer. I haven't been this whole time. It's okay. I'm fine.
They're just like unloading bombs into them.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how many you've got.
I'm out of them now.
Looks like most of them hit. Got it. Do it. This is the time.
Is that what people are saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that crap.
Oh, you got it. You just. Oh, you can't. Once that starts growing, you can't. I guess you can't push through anymore. But see, you survived that long with very limited shield. Like,
Yes. I think that, okay, so what does it say? How much should I try the first one?
hang on.
You get lots of the sparkle thing.
John says sparkles plus phalanx being supposedly is the combo.
Okay.
You need lots of sparkle thing. The bomb is way powerful. Shoot only when you are completely in front of the cannon.
Okay. This is ridiculous.
You've got it. You've got it.
You can only do it this one specific way.
That is pretty stupid. That is pretty stupid.
Today's target is the inside core block.
I don't remember anything else about this game besides this level. But this is what you thought was going to happen last week with Ninja Gaiden. You thought you're going to make it through the entire game really quick and then make it to and spend the rest of the stream on the last level. And that is kind of what happened a little bit, but this is taking that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just that the last level took way less time than I thought it would.
Yeah. It's supposed to be -8 degrees here tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I heard 20 degrees here, and I thought that was cold. It does get really cold where you are at this time of year. No joke.
It can, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 20 tonight.
Ugh, of course I get hit by that one. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make it through this part without even getting hit.
It's okay. You got through the boss without a lot of health last time. So.
I know, but I'm falling apart right here on this guy. I hate this guy. This guy is harder than the last boss. I was doing so good. I got engine failure, weapon failure. I like killed him and killed myself at the same time.
Game over.
I'm gonna have to use another continue code if I don't do it this time. I feel like I can do it. Like I just need to get there with all the sparklies.
Today's target is the inside courtroom.
Bojangles is a way of life. I had Bojangles yesterday.
We got chili here.
Yes, it is also quite good.
What's crazy is I did like amazing my first time. Really too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always what happens. Like, I don't know. There's just something about, like, I guess you react more instinctively and have that beginner's luck in a way, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like, after that, you're thinking about it too hard, and you, like, kind of have this lull in performance. I did want to try KFC in Japan, just out of curiosity. I mean, I have a curiosity of how American food is handled in other countries. I mean, we had McDonald's and Wendy's in Japan.
Yeah.
And apparently Wendy's was gone from Japan, but I think it's like maybe just now coming back. The one we ate at was called Wendy's First Kitchen. So it might have been like
what was the burger that I had? Was it the
it
Wild
was called
Rock?
the Wild Rock, and it was just like two hamburger patties. Was there a hamburger in the middle of the patties, or was it just two hamburger patties?
I've like gone from liking this game to like not liking it. I gotta use the continue code again. I almost didn't use the continue code. I think if I can just make it past that guy, I should be like just fine.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry if this is excruciating for everybody at this point, but
It's fine.
I'm doing my best. Right up, A, B, C, left.
I want to think I heard though that Popeyes did. I think Jimmy said that Popeyes Japan might not have biscuits. Or not Popeyes Japan. Why did I say Popeyes? KFC Japan does not have biscuits. That don't sound right. I actually do like Popeyes. Despite being in Bojangles territory.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Bojangles is better, but I like Popeyes sometimes for something a little different. Although I think they got a lot of guts coming down here to Bojangles territory. The first one that opened up near me actually closed down a year or two ago. So it didn't make it. There is another still open, but there's not usually anyone there. They did one time have this really amazing waffle chicken tenders that was like the
Chicken,
I mean there's like
chicken and waffles.
It's like chicken and waffles, except the batter for the chicken actually tasted like waffles. And you dipped it in this maple dip, and it was incredible. Tyler, I will agree that Louisiana cooking is pretty amazing. I mean, if you put something on your menu that is preceded by the word Cajun, there is a high likelihood of it being my favorite thing on your menu. I love Cajun seasonings, but Bojangles is Cajun inspired, I think, because like their signature breakfast item is it's called a Cajun filet biscuit. I mean, it's Bojangles is spicy. It's spicy chicken.
Come on! I'm just starting to get like really annoyed with it. Sorry, I'm like ruining everybody's eardrums now. This is like incredibly frustrating.
But like, you've got the weapon combo. You just gotta get past this one guy, right?
Yes.
You've got past him a million times. Top 5 fried chicken places. I mean, are there 5 national fried chicken places? I've never tried. What is it? There's Church's Chicken and Chester's Chicken. I've never tried those. There's Raising Cane. I've never had that.
That's what we have Raising Cane.
Yeah.
I want to see if there's like a.
There's a Church's or a Chester's or something not too far from me, but it's also not all that convenient.
I'm just seeing if there's a way that he defeats him in this video.
Huh?
I'm seeing if there's a way that if in that video if he defeats him a specific way.
Hmm.
I mean, does he ever fly around back of him? Okay, he does have to fly around back of him every once in a while. He kills him. Like, he just, like, flat out kills him.
Culver's has good chicken. I tried Culver's one time. One opened up near my IKEA. I think I had a hamburger. It was okay. But they had an extensive menu. I wouldn't be opposed to trying something else from there.
I think I just gotta stay at the very back of the screen like this. All the time.
Oh yeah, Zaxby's is very good too. I mean, I'm all about the chicken places. Let me tell you. Zaxby's is a little different from the others, though. I mean, I like Bojangles. I like KFC. I like Popeyes. I like Zaxby's.
I've never had Zaxby's. I didn't even know Zaxby's existed until fairly recently.
Yeah, I have heard people say they don't believe that is a real thing that exists because the name sounds so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Bojangles sounds ridiculous too, but it's real. I mean, Zaxby's is mostly southeast. They've got a map in my nearest Zaxby's here. There's like a map of like Zaxby's locations. And they're almost all like southeast and Utah. Like Utah. Okay, whatever.
Okay, so I feel like it's worth using a couple of those torpedoes on them right there. So I did, and I got some energy back. So actually, I don't end up using too much. They sound
There's
like,
there's a place on the way to one of the game stores around here called Chicken King. I think it might be a chain, but I've only ever seen the one.
Chicken
And
King?
It's called Chicken King, and I've had it a few times.
remember we went to Pizza King. With the one
Oh yeah, in
That shit.
Indiana. I don't know if chicken. I was surprised by how not necessarily chicken-centric Chicken King's menu was. But I had some chicken tenders there, and they were overly filling, but pretty good. I mean, very kind of basic, nothing too fancy about them, but they were nice for their authentic simplicity.
Here we go again.
There's actually a place near the Chicken King that I noticed recently called, I think it's just called Louisiana Fried Chicken, which intrigues me. Jollibee, Filipino fast food with focus on fried chicken. I'd love to try that. Now there's a mom and pop fried chicken place that I think it's been around here for like 40 or 50 years or something. I actually never tried until last year. I mean, it's always been there. I was always like unsure, but it is quite good.
Come on. Like, those things, those enemies, they move at like 3 frames a
Yeah,
second.
real juddery.
Yes. I think I was doing pretty good though that time. Like, I think that I really put a lot of those torpedoes.
You're there. You're right there.
I mean, I think that I can do it. Here we go again. I love this. I love this level.
Is the best.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. Best part of the game, for sure.
Paul said, since that mini boss leaves after time passes and Coury gets blasted when trying to shoot it, since he has to be right in front of it, just evade it till it leaves.
But it's not as easy as it looks. Like, it's really, there's a lot of bullets on screen. So I feel like it's almost better to spend a little bit of the missiles and see if I can kill them first. I think that there's
Oh wait, so you're wasting missiles on him?
like just a few, like not even a lot.
What
Like,
if- what
it
if that's
actually
the
it actually
difference
restores some of my missiles after he dies,
Oh, okay.
so I don't feel as bad that I'm using it.
Eating chicken curry with rice. What kind of chicken curry with rice? I've got like a near constant craving for Japanese curry ever since we were in Japan, and no one actually sells Japanese curry in America. Well, barely anyone. Certainly no one around here that I know of. Like Japanese restaurants.
We
just
got another
don't have
donation.
curry.
I got it.
Oh hey! Oh, Paul Sutton once more. I'm throwing my controller so you don't have to.
I appreciate it.
Man, I might just have to get me some more chicken tomorrow after all this stuff.
See, this is just like, it's way more peaceful. I can calm my nerves. And if it comes down to like having like 4 more option shots of like, that's like the only way to beat the game, then screw this game. Like this should not even be a thing.
Yeah, it is pretty stupid.
Oh, is the moon? I might actually go look at it. I'm gonna go look at it before it's.
Maybe that'll inspire you.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Well, I don't know what side of my house it'd be on at this point. I guess I may as well look. It is clear here. Ugh.
I couldn't see it. It's not out there. It's not out my window, at least. Oh, I guess he's going to look. Did you see it?
Yeah. I think the moon forgot to turn HDR on. It was like super bright
Yeah.
earlier. Before I knew that there was going to be an eclipse tonight, I was like, wow, it was really bright. Well, now it's just really dark. It's a little reddish, but mostly dark. Yeah.
That's that thing that always hits me. It's my good old my weapon failure, my only friend. I bet you can't beat it if you have. Damn. Oh, maybe not. There's engine failure. My old buddy, engine failure. Please just die. Come on. And nope.
You know, when those big weird things that are part of the background that keep hitting you, like if you were like all up right at the target, like would they even hit you?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess there's some bullets that might hit you,
Yeah.
but it feels like you should be safe if you were just all the way up there in the
Well,
middle.
some of them like appear right in front of them. I'm looking at the YouTube video again.
After seeing that moon, the cold weather, I could go for some Bojangles. Me too. I bet they're closed now, though. I don't think any Bojangles are 24 hours, to my knowledge. Maybe at the airport.
Like, I'm starting to think that it's actually impossible to beat.
Huh?
I'm actually starting to think that it's like impossible to beat with the amount of
what?
energy that I have.
The amount of...
With the amount of like option energy that I have. Because
Like, if...
the
like-
person, unless that's like very hard he's playing on, he's like he literally goes from like 87% option power to like 13% by the time it dies. And it's like right up, it doesn't like die quick. It dies like right before the blast happens. If it's impossible to beat this way, I mean, can anybody in this chat confirm that with the amount of option power that I have, that is actually I'm able to beat them? I mean, is it actually possible? And if it is not, is there like a code to refill my option energy going into it?
What makes the option energy go up?
I don't know.
You need to find this game's equivalent of just casually walking under Dracula's final form. that did blow a few people's minds in the comments on that video.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. All right, Yoshi Bros, go get some chicken tomorrow for me.
Chicken.
What do you think? Is chicken the best recovery item?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's because it's used all the time.
Well, I mean, chicken is great. You know, both in games and out of games. And I'm tempted to say it's my favorite, but when done right, I feel hamburger can be the ultimate healing item.
Oof, that was close. I almost took another hit there at the very end. Oh man, I hope I see.
Like
I hope I
like
see
Beautiful
engine
Joe.
failure and.
real meal. But the best hamburgers are what I dub a disaster burger, which are the hamburgers that you consume in disaster day of crisis, which are like this big, and you just like pick them, you just go. Oh, they're so good.
He eats the whole
Just
thing
like
in one
that,
sitting.
Sandy. Yeah, he just goes. Sandy seems alarmed by how I eat that disaster burger. Does that spook you? Does that spook you?
What if the moon was like Day of the Comet? If everybody who like went to looked at the moon turned to red dust or creatures.
Never seen it.
It was on Amazon Prime. So it's an older horror movie. Man, can't wait for some engine failure.
Would you rather have engine failure or a disaster burger?
I don't know. I will engine failure and weapon failure. That's
Ooh. Whoa, what about disaster burger and some fried chicken
I don't know.
together? My life and engine failure.
With a side of weapon failure.
I don't know. I think weapon failure might be the.
We got another donation.
I don't know. Oh, Daniel Beal, $5. Thank you. Excited for Resident Evil 2? I am. I'm alongside working on the next My Life in Gaming episode. I'm going to try to beat Dragon Quest 11 this week. Maybe I can just spend
Did I
all
do it?
weekend.
I might have done it. I think I might have done it.
Oh?
I did it. I did it.
Suddenly, Coury likes this game again.
I thought I was dead. I was like all up in that. I could not. I just.
Oh, you gonna go celebrate with some engine failure?
No, I'm glad I didn't see engine failure again.
That's
I,
right.
You know, I don't even
Your-
care.
your
I don't even
old
care
friend
that I didn't do it
engine
really
failure.
legit.
Your old friend engine failure was just holding you back all along.
Yep.
You had to learn to leave him behind and embrace the fried chicken.
Man. I can't believe it.
You did it, Sandy.
I'm marking this. I don't care about the continues. I don't care. It's getting marked off as beat.
I mean, it was an easy game up until like.
And truth be told,
couple
now that I
levels from me.
know, I could probably do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I will do it, but I'm still gonna mark it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't care that I used the. I don't care that it took me 25 continues. I mean, I made it to the
that's
last
5
level
full runs of the
on
game.
4 continues. That's pretty good. Oh, there we are. Will you look up Takeshi Miyagi and see what else he's done?
Let's see.
It's kind of odd for them to use real names at the time.
Maybe it was about the time that was phasing out.
this can be on what we played in 2019.
Wow! When oh no, he passed away at some point.
Aw.
2011. But when I just entered his name and he was the first name to come up.
Look at his Moby game. See what else he's done. I mean, maybe
he is the founder of Game Arts.
Dang. Noriyuki Uedare did the music. Or I think who is
or he did some of the music. It looks like. Yeah, I mean he did Grandia and
Lunar.
Yeah, I like his stuff.
Special thanks, NASA. The Astronomical Society of Japan.
He passed away 2011 maybe? Complications and surgery as doctors attempted to remove a brain tumor.
Special thanks, engine failure.
He was the director on Silpheed, designer on Lunar the Silver Star, designer on Lunar 2, director on Grandia, executive director on Grandia 2. And, he's credited on many other games too.
Well, I mean, if he executive director, I wonder how involved he was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the Grandia 2 is definitely a different feeling than the first.
I don't think it's as different as you make it out to be, but
it's a lot more oppressive and bleak, and
it's still pretty light, I think, overall. But the first Grandia, I mean, don't get me wrong, the tune of the first Grandia is so good.
It counts how many times I continued, and it continues up from the 25. So it almost seems like the extra continues is like it's considered. It's part of the I don't know, the overall I don't know.
Wait. You're saying that because it tells you that you continued that many times, like it's taken into account like the code as if it was just a normal part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way. So we can go.
Contra No 30 Lives code, I'd do that any day.
Luckily, I still have.
Wow, are those all your original saves?
Yep.
They're on the internal memory?
No, I copy into my RAM card.
Okay. I assume you've replaced the battery at some point?
Yes, actually, well, yeah, I actually got one of the ones that DB Electronics made, which gives me basically, I mean, look how many blocks it gives me.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot.
It gives you more than you'll ever need. So it's like almost 8,000 blocks. But what I did is, since I have the original RAM cart, I copied all the save files to my internal memory, and then replaced the insides of my original RAM cart with the DB Electronics. So it's like the same thing, but not. Then I copied everything back. But I don't have my original Snatcher save for some reason. But I do have, like my Potful Mail and Vey and Lunar 1 and 2.
It's impressive. I mean, had you backed that stuff up to another cartridge before, or was it just sitting on your internal memory all that time?
No, I had an official RAM cartridge
Okay.
that I
I mean, it's impressive that you've got that stuff. I mean, when did your internal battery die?
on what?
Your Sega. I mean, I assume it.
No,
died.
it's never died.
What? Why is it that doesn't die and Saturn and Dreamcast do? I mean, I guess maybe because
I mean,
those
I
are
guess
more
I think it
active due to
can.
keeping time.
It probably can.
Yeah, but it's just that Saturn and Dreamcast are terrible.
Yeah,
I just hate that
I
the
think there are different
Dreamcast.
kinds of batteries. I'm sure. Yeah, different memory types. See, GameStack's saying his original Phantasy Star battery still works. My Phantasy Star battery died. I lost all of my. The only games that I've had my batteries die in are it's my Phantasy Star cartridge and Secret of Mana.
I've
wish
got
that
I've got a few at this point.
I wish that my original Phantasy Star save still worked. I don't remember.
Luckily,
I'd be
backed
interested to see what I
up.
named my save files on that.
I backed up my NES saves a week or two ago. But unfortunately, there are a few things I don't have. I don't have my Crystallis save. I don't have my original Zelda save. But got good saves for Dragon Warrior games and Zelda 2, at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that the laser active erased my original Phantasy Star saves, but the battery still works. Oh, okay. So you actually lost. Man, that sucks that the laser active erased the original saves. Were you kind of upset when that happened?
I've lost some Game Boy saves or Game Boy Advance, I forget which, because I was confused about some function of the Game Boy interface or something, like back when I was making the Game Boy episode, and I thought it was like safe to like swap games while the system was still on, and I don't think it actually was.
Shinjan's saying he managed to save all of his SNES saves except for Final Fantasy IV. I used the Super NT to back up all of my SNES cart saves.
I haven't done that yet. I don't have Final Fantasy IV saves anymore.
I still have mine. I still have all
my I mean, big saves I've lost for Super Nintendo are Mario RPG, Kirby Superstar, Final Fantasy IV. But I've still got Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I wish I had my Secret of Mana saves, though. It's just funny because you go through there's only 3 different saves, but I always name the girl character after who I got a thing for at the time. So it's two different periods of my life. It's very...
I didn't know what the default character names were supposed to be. So when I originally played the game, I think I named the main character Jimmy. I just called him Jimmy. The girl I named Marl because she looks like Marl from Chrono Trigger. And the sprite, I feel like I named him Fred or something like that. I was feeling very I always if I'm put on the spot and have to give a character a name and no default exists or I'm not aware of a default, I'm oh gosh. Unless it's if it's a character that truly has no default name, then I tend to use Cobalt, which was I guess the first major time I used that name was Final Fantasy XI, and I was thinking about kind of retiring that name after that, but It ended up being the name I use in like Dragon Quest and
Like basically every single
Pokemon
Dragon
and
Quest.
stuff. Yeah, I always use Cobalt in Dragon Quest.
I saw something, and a lot of I don't remember where I saw it, but it was for Dragon Quest 8, and a lot of screenshots I saw, like official ones, they had named the.
Oh, it says 8.
Yeah, so I was kind of like I had this idea of like name the main character after the number of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a true default though.
So I mean,
I
all my Dragon Quest it's just Coury for the name.
See, I can't do that. It drives me. I know Game Dave is like huge into like it like elevates a game for him. If you can name your character what you want, and he always names it Dave. I cannot. Like if I have made mistakes where like I think when it's asking me to put a name on the file, like it's just asking me to put a name on the file. I don't realize they're going to use it in game.
Oh, right.
And then if I start to see, the characters are calling me Marc, like I nope, can't deal with it.
Well, what is one that does that? Is that does Earthbound do that? Where they ask for your real name as well?
Maybe. The one time where I was okay with it was Botan Katos does this kind of interesting thing where the name that you enter, you're like this spirit that has been just kind of attached to the main character for a very long time. And so you have been kind of traveling around with him. And so he like kind of asks for your advice every now and then. And he like turns to the screen and says, well, Marc, what do you think? And then, you select, your answer from a list, which that kind like the way that plays out, that worked for me. Cause it's like, he is like acknowledging, he's breaking the fourth wall without breaking the fourth wall, but he kind of is, It worked for me because he's like acknowledging you, the guy on the other side of the TV, and the other characters know that you're there. They're like they can't hear you or sense you, but like they are aware that there's this spirit with the main character.
Right.
So you're not really a character in the game, but you are referred to. That worked for me. I was okay with that. But otherwise, I can't stand. The only thing like I can use, like I've used Marc or Try in Animal Crossing. Like in Animal Crossing, that's okay. But the thing that I absolutely cannot do though, like I can call a character Try if they are. Sometimes I can call a character Try. Sometimes it might bother me, sometimes not. But it will definitely bother me if they turn out to be a non-silent protagonist. Like if I might not even be able to use Cobalt for a non-silent protagonist. Like if the character speaks and has dialogue beyond just like battle grunts or whatever.
When you replayed Persona 4 Golden, what did you name the character?
Why do you ask about the replay specifically?
Because in between the original release and the Golden version, there was the anime where they actually gave the main character a name.
Oh yeah, well,
which is what I ended up naming the character because I didn't play it before.
I kind of ignored that because by that time I had played through the original version of Persona 4 and Persona 3 Portable, and I kind of developed a default name that I use in Persona games, which I'm sure this is like extraordinarily terrible Japanese. But I threw some things into Google Translate, and I feel like I've tried to recreate this and it hasn't come back through the exact same way. So I'm sure it's terrible, but I kind of liked the sound of it, so I stuck with it. I tried to enter the words like try and force,
Right.
like TRY and force.
Mm-hmm.
So like I assumed that it was coming back as something more like attempt force.
Yeah.
Or something like that, but it came back as Shiyu Fosu, like SHIYOU FOSU, Shiyu Fosu, and that's what I've used. That's what I've used in all the Persona games. I have no idea, like, what a literal translation of that back into English would actually be, but it's kind of a cool sounding name.
Yeah.
I thought.
Well, I see
I thought
that.
it sounded-
So do you always? I see.
So I'm Fosu-kun in Persona.
I see that there's a mention of calling Link in there. So do you always name your? I always name my main save file Link.
Oh yeah. Always got to be Link in Zelda, except on replays of Zelda games. I haven't done this recently, but I used to do this thing where I would name the file either Sir or Master or something like that. So like everyone is like bowing down to me when they're talking, they're like, Sir, yes. But yeah, I mean the first time always has to be Link.
Always, yes.
And like lately I mean lately I don't think you can even really change Link's name anyway. Like I don't know if you could even do that in Skyward Sword.
Neo Revenant Arbaith, the 12th. What do you feel about Planet Fitness versus Anytime Fitness and Fitness First? I assume that these are all the fitness places that are open 24 hours a day, and you only charge $10 a month. Does Planet Fitness compete against Anytime Fitness and Fitness First? Now we wait for the answer. It's probably gonna be. Oh, Lunk Alarm. Yes, that is true. That's true. I didn't even
Lunk
think about that.
Alarm. What?
Oh, at Planet Fitness, there is a. I don't even know if it works. There's this thing called the Lunk Alarm, which is supposedly like goes off if like someone's like making a lot of noise when they're lifting weights and maybe like drops the weights from like just like being very like look at me, like being really obnoxious.
So is
it's
this
like
supposed to be a don't do that
yeah,
thing?
it's basically meant to be a meathead weightlifter.
Weird.
Yeah. All right. This is like the latest we've gone for a stream in a little while, I think.
Yeah, maybe since like Valis or something.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking through it with me all the way through those 26 continues.
Yeah, go mark that on your backloggery.
Maybe I'll give it another shot tomorrow. We'll see. But thanks to everybody who came and watched, and thanks for donations and sticking with us for the for the duration. And thanks for checking out the Tom episode this week. The Tom Boys episode.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched it, please do watch it because I think it's one of the best things we've done.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we got a $2 donation from a Seminole Gamer who says, "Good stream, thank you."
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
All right.